Alright, I'm starting my music career right here, right now. Say ASUS starts with creation. Come along with passion. It is just the pursuit of perfection. It's really seldom that a device manufacturer comes out with a new device that really captures my attention. And ASUS has managed to do it this time with this device. So today, we're going to do an XDA unboxing of the ASUS PadFone X. So, let's get started. We have a lot to cover here, so let's just jump right in. The first thing you see when you open the box is a quick start guide and the PadFone Station. Below that, we have the device itself. The charger and USB cable are ASUS branded, 5V 2 amp, and it comes with a high quality set of earbuds. The PadFone runs Android 4.4.2 and has a 3.4.0 kernel built on 5 May 2014. The back of the device, covering both the SIM card and the SD card, is a bit difficult to remove, but it comes off with a bit of prying. There are quite a few screws to remove from this device. They are all Torx T4 screws. Once removed, the back just pops right off. The device is well constructed, and board removal requires no additional screws to be removed. However, there are a few connectors and a bit of tape securing the antenna cable. There are no real gotchas to be noted, just a tab on the top of the battery which hooks the board to the device. Almost all of the EM shields are removable. The board uses the package-on-package design for its Snapdragon 800, and oddly, the eMMC is a separate chip, which isn't seen on many modern devices. While there are no impact areas to speak of, the device does make use of a relatively thin metal endoskeleton surrounded by plastic. The device itself has a pretty nice battery, weighing in at a calculated 2,280 milliamp hours. That's calculated from wattage and voltage, by the way. However, the device itself really has no frills overall, with an average speaker quality, clarity, screen resolution, and camera. But as we know, none of those are what makes this device special. The tablet, aka PadFone Station, exhibits an entirely different style from the phone, and I'm talking about everything except the external materials. The external screws are hidden, the type of screws used are Phillips Type 0, and the screws are of an entirely different style, utilizing their sheer girth rather than numbers to secure the back panel to the station. The board itself is secured by screws, and there's even a security seal which you can get under with a needle, as I've shown previously in videos. The design of the station, unlike the phone, seems to waste space. While it's unclear if there is enough communication between the two devices to allow for internal additional storage, I wouldn't put my money on it. While lacking in screen resolution, the front-facing speakers on the tablet deliver a great sound. I find them to be less loud than the HTC One M8, but for the reasonable on-contract price of $200 or off-contract of $550, and given the overall build quality of the device is great, I'm going to have to give this device the highest honor of try this at home, if you have a reason to, of course. As for the keyboard on the device, it's somewhere between having tactile feedback and soft touch. While it is enough to let you know that you've actually tapped the keys, it just could be a little bit more mechanical in my mind. The battery on the keyboard is great, but it's kind of annoying when you separate it to walk across the room and find that the tablet is still connected up to the keyboard. It would be somewhat of a good idea if they had put in a little switch in here that when you disconnect the tablet from the device, or when you close the top of the device, it would trigger a little switch in here. And the switch could be either here, or in here, or even both. And I've shown how that can be accomplished with this little picture here. Alright, so that leaves us to the software on the device. And while ASUS isn't exactly a software manufacturer, they're more known for their hardware. This looks like TouchWiz, doesn't it? Well, I mean, I've also had problems with this device, and, like, at one point, just completely stock device, I would insert it into the tablet, and suddenly, it would just crash out. I had to actually do a factory reset on the device to get it to work. But that's enough complaining about the software on this device. Let's go ahead and get root and recovery so we can get started developing. Alright, so now root and recovery on this device is pretty darn simple. To get root, you can install SuperSU from the Android market, and then use TowelRoot, which I mentioned right here on this page. We'll have a link down in the description down below, to actually perform the physical exploit of the root. So after you've made it rain, you'll then be done and you'll have root access on your device. Now, to get recovery on the device, you'll follow the instructions on the page and go ahead and copy and paste directly from here into your terminal with your device connected up in ADB mode. Now, this will take a minute or two, and once it's done, the device should be rooted and have recovery on it. Now, we've given it 2 minutes, and if all was successful, we should hit the power button, and we have a win. There we go. And that's how we do an XDA unboxing. So that's all for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and add me to your circles on Google+. Just go to plus.adamOutler.com. Until next time, hack on.